And then, but as you go, you start primary school, and you start primary school, and you get friends, and then you start adapting to, they show you ways around what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But it depends on like the kind of friends you get, you're mixing around with. And I was pretty grateful to get, to have friends who were willing to help me get through, just day by day life. And also family that, support every single day. Yeah, so I studied at Beaconsfield Primary School, and I started in year 6 as a English Learning Center, so the IEC program there over there. From there, I moved to Melbourne Senior High School. I did another year in the IEC program again. IEC program is, for some of you guys that don't know, it's a intensive learning English center. So I got in another year I did over there, and from there on, I finished my year 12 in mainstream at Melbourne Senior High. So I passed with distinction. Yeah.
It has been a very, very, very wonderful and well-watched competition. It was fierce and very competent. Everybody behaved, and it was well attended to by.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My team's never actually emerged victorious in such a long time, and we're so happy that the boys actually made it this far, and we actually won the cup.
I'm feeling great, sensational, unexplainable circumstances. It's something that I've been waiting for a long time. Wow! Thank you, boys. Thank you, everybody.
By having the soccer opportunity, it's helping the youth to focus in sport activity, and also to focus on their goals in life, and also helping their mind to be settled, and also, which is most important, to be away from activity that involves any violence activity and any street problems. I would say is extremely important.
There is never a sport that brings all Africans together than football. And football is really the decider for us.
I do not want to see someone else go through. Unfortunately, we see it repeating itself every now and then. My experience in the violence area is I lost my own brother in 2013. When someone dies, someone that just walked away from home, someone that has never been sick, it becomes really difficult to come to terms with it. Not that any kind of death is okay, but there are some degrees where death becomes unacceptable. Someone walks, and the next minute you get a phone call that this person has gone. This violence, I can call it a coward kind of violence, because my brother was killed by someone he did not know.
I think it's been a time to remind ourselves of the place of Africa in the world. Africa is the continent of the future.
This exhibition starts to break apart stereotypes or preconceived ideas of what Africa is. It's called Urban Access because for a lot of people Africa is very rural, so you ask them to paint a picture and all they talk about is the safari, the landscapes, but never really about the city. So we thought this exhibition should start to talk about the urban landscape and explore contemporary Africa right now. A lot of the artists work in the cities, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Harare, and Kenya. Southern Africa, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, with a few touch points in Angola. And what they represent is the current discourse that takes into account the history, the tumultuous history of Southern Africa. So all the way down from discovery and the colonial period, focusing also on the apartheid era and the transitional phase and the current post-colonial, post-apartheid period. These are artists at the forefront of contemporary practice. Some of the works have been exhibited at the Guggenheim, Venice Biennale, Tate Modern. So we're looking at the big hitters when it comes to contemporary Southern African art.
I work for Murdoch University, one of 5 universities here in Western Australia. I work for the Research and Innovation Office, particularly on Africa and Indian Ocean, which is my portfolio. All of us, part of the African diaspora, were contributing to eliminating stereotypes about Africa and us Africans. It's liberating because it shows that Africa is coming into the 21st century.
This exhibition is a way of connecting 2 continents for the first time in a really interesting and comprehensive way, presenting a face of contemporary art in both Zimbabwe and South Africa with a view to saying we're all in this together.
I know Africa is far away, but not as far as you think, and that's part of what we are trying to get to. I hope that this huge symphony of voices from Africa today does find its place, and ultimately that dialogue between Africa and Australia can grow stronger.
For me, painting a car is something that is mobile and it goes to the people. It's like an art radio comes to you than you coming to visual arts. My city, there's a lot of energy happening, especially with the new generation where I'm from. There's a lot of traffic. Because back then people used to not be traveling as much and getting to see the world and coming back, engaging, coming with new ideas in Harare. So we are growing as a city and we've got so much to learn from other cities, and that was one of my reasons to come here to Perth, to learn and get inspired and at the same time exchange.
Africans have a lot of confidence because they are raised that way. I'll give you an example. My family and my tribe and my culture is all about self-confidence and being told our tribe can achieve more just because we're from our tribe. It teaches you to believe in yourself.
We need to go to the genesis of what actually causes violence. So we have identified issues that causes violence. One is identity. We've got issues with finance. We've got issues with the trauma. We've got issues the people trying to fit in. We've got youth trying to transition from their ways of life back in Africa onto the Australian way of life. Networking, lack of role models, and they are actually struggling. These are some of the issues that have been identified.